At first glance, a wagging tail seems like the universal language of canine happiness, a simple, joyful signal that a dog is pleased, excited, or friendly. For generations, humans have interpreted tail wagging as a straightforward expression of positive emotion. However, modern research into canine behavior suggests that this assumption is overly simplistic. In reality, the direction of a dog's tail wag, whether it leans more to the left or to the right, can carry nuanced and even contrasting meanings. This subtle distinction reveals a deeper layer of emotional complexity in dogs, one that challenges our long-held beliefs and invites us to observe our companions with greater attention and sensitivity. To understand why tail wagging direction matters, we must first consider how the brain controls movement and emotion. Like humans, dogs exhibit lateralization in brain function, meaning that the left and right hemispheres of their brains process different types of emotional stimuli. The left hemisphere is generally associated with positive emotions and approach behaviors, while the right hemisphere is linked to negative emotions and withdrawal responses. Because each hemisphere controls the opposite side of the body, this neurological arrangement manifests physically in the direction of a dog's tail wag. When a dog experiences something pleasant, such as seeing its owner, anticipating food, or engaging in play, the left hemisphere becomes more active, causing the tail to wag more strongly toward the right side of the dog's body. Conversely, when a dog feels uncertain, anxious, or threatened, such as encountering a dominant, unfamiliar dog or hearing a sudden loud noise, the right hemisphere dominates, resulting in a tail wag that is biased toward the left. This discovery fundamentally changes how we interpret canine communication. A right-biased wag is often associated with positive engagement, curiosity, and confidence. It is the kind of wag you might observe when a dog greets a familiar person or approaches something it finds interesting. The movement tends to be loose, wide, and relaxed, often accompanied by other friendly signals, such as soft eyes, a slightly open mouth, and a relaxed posture. In contrast, a left-biased wag may indicate hesitation or inner conflict. The dog might still be wagging its tail, but the movement is often tighter, more restrained, and paired with subtle signs of tension, such as stiff body posture, pinned back ears, or cautious eye contact. In these situations, the wag is not a sign of joy, but rather a complex expression of emotional ambivalence or stress. What makes this phenomenon particularly fascinating is that other dogs can detect and respond to these directional cues. Studies have shown that dogs observing another dog's tail wag are more relaxed when the wag is right biased and more alert or anxious when it is left biased. This suggests that tail wagging direction is not just a byproduct of neurological processes, but also an evolved communication signal within canine social systems. In other words, dogs are not only expressing their own emotions through tail movement, they are also reading and interpreting the emotional states of others with remarkable precision. For humans, however, this subtlety is often lost. We tend to generalize all tail wagging as friendliness, which can lead to misunderstandings and, in some cases, dangerous situations. A dog that is wagging its tail while feeling threatened may still bite if its warnings are ignored. This is why it is essential to look beyond the tail and consider the entire body language of the dog. Tail position, speed, and stiffness all provide important context. A high, rigid tail, wagging quickly, can signal arousal or agitation, while a low, slow wag may indicate insecurity. When combined with the direction of the wag, these cues form a more complete picture of the dog's emotional state. Moreover, the environment and individual personality of the dog also play significant roles. Not all dogs express emotions in exactly the same way, and factors such as breed, past experiences, and training can influence their behavior. For instance, some breeds naturally carry their tails differently, which may make directional cues less obvious. Nonetheless, The underlying principle of lateralized emotional expression remains consistent across dogs, offering a
Hey
valuable
there, easy
framework for
now.
interpretation.
You're a good
Understanding the
dog,
difference
yes, you
between
were.
left and right biased tail wagging is not merely an academic exercise. It has practical implications for anyone who interacts with dogs. Pet owners, trainers, veterinarians, and even casual observers can benefit from this knowledge. By paying closer attention to the direction and quality of a dog's tail wag, we can respond more appropriately to its needs, whether that means engaging in play, offering reassurance, or giving the dog space. This heightened awareness fosters better communication, reduces the risk of misinterpretation, and ultimately strengthens the bond between humans and their canine companions. In a broader sense, this insight also reminds us of the complexity of animal emotions. Dogs are not simple creatures driven solely by instinct. They possess rich inner lives and sophisticated ways of expressing themselves. The wag of a tail, once thought to be a universal symbol of happiness, turns out to be a nuanced signal shaped by brain function, emotional context, and social interaction. By learning to decode this signal, we gain not only a deeper understanding of dogs, but also a greater appreciation for the subtle language of the natural world. In conclusion, the direction of a dog's tail wag, left or right, is far more than a trivial detail. It reflects the intricate workings of the canine brain and serves as a meaningful indicator
Hello,
of
sweetie.
emotional state.
Who's a good
A
boy?
rightward wag
Oh, that
often
tickles.
signals positive feelings and approach behavior, while a leftward wag may reveal caution or stress. Recognizing this difference allows us to interpret canine behavior with greater accuracy and empathy. As we continue to study and observe our four-legged companions, it becomes increasingly clear that even the smallest movements can carry profound significance, transforming the way we connect with the animals who share our lives.